All right. Where we
All
at
right.
next there?
Bring it up, Leah. Tee it up.
Ash Jr. Well,
Tee it up. Start it. Start the segment, Leah.
start the segment.
Yeah, we want you to. Why not?
What?
Start
You
the
guys
segment.
didn't tell me this.
What, you got to practice?
He's
you need to go
giving
to the
you-
bathroom
I don't
and
start
practice a few times?
don't start segments.
He's giving you the ball.
Mike's not happy with this. Why are you not happy with this? This is great,
Oh,
Mike.
no, I'm just watching. Hey, what are we doing? Are we doing the logo?
Yeah,
No.
we will.
Why
Oh
are
yeah,
you
you want
shaving,
How do I
Mike?
do that?
Hold on. No.
That's
I'm
a
doing
question.
Oh. Why can't-
What?
Why are you shaving, Mike?
It is kind of weird.
It is.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Well,
We're all in quarantine, man. We're not supposed to be shaving.
I
Nobody's
haven't
getting
shaved
haircuts.
in weeks.
Nobody's getting haircuts. Nobody's shaving.
okay. Well, that's an assumption by you, but I will say this. I did see where
I know
he-
Matthew doesn't like his background because it's not,
he's hating it.
not doing
Bye,
it right.
Matthew.
This looks so
And
professional.
now he doesn't know how to change it back.
No, I've got to get out of
So
here.
mad.
I'm not allowed in.
Looks nice.
It does look nice.
It looks
It's
very nice.
Hell
But
is that
although,
at the
what
bottom?
is that? What did he leave in the shot?
What?
That-
No, I don't know. I
There's
can't
something
control
blue.
my background. It's
No, there's something blue right there.
where is
Move
it?
your arm so we can see how good.
This is so funny.
It's like a shirt or a chair.
Hold on. I'll tilt down.
That's worse.
What was that?
Hell is
It
it?
was like a
You're in the
What is
shot.
it?
Hop out of the shot.
I am at. Hold on.
Now the
Oh,
racing
shit.
suit.
Oh, now the fire suit.
Now,
Damn it. This,
Jeez.
Mike.
This is hysterical.
perfect.
There we go. I
Okay,
like
Leah,
it.
take off.
Gosh dang it. I don't like
Go,
this
Leah.
pressure. I don't like this pressure. Okay. All right, guys, it's time for Ash Jr. presented by Xfinity. First question is coming in from Jeff Berner. In the interviews you have done so far, what has been the most surprising story you've heard?
Well, I think in my whole life or just this quarantine part, because there's two, there's like there's a real life and then there's this life. What do you think?
Real life.
The most surprising story that I heard. It'd probably have to be the Gary Ballou. I'm sure I'm going to think of 100 after this, but the Gary Ballou one to me is pretty interesting. Him smuggling and then getting caught and then going back to smuggling. I just still can't get over that. And the fact that he was so good as a race car driver and just really gambled it all away and gambled it away twice. I go on and on about this story. But to me, that's pretty incredible. And there's a couple other race car drivers that did some pretty crazy things like smuggling and drugs and all that too, that I've read about. And, just to be, doing all that to fund racing and be successful at racing and be good at it and then have it all taken away and have to go to jail, that just blows my mind. Pretty wild story. I'm trying to think of others. Just some of the stories about cheating, and not so much that they did cheat, because it's in my belief that if you're not trying to cheat in racing, you're not trying hard enough to win. If you're winning legal, great, good job. But the creativity and ingenuity that goes into trying to circumvent the rules or find holes in the rule book really impresses me. And some of the things that guys have done in the past, we talk about Smokey Yunick and several of these legends that built motors or built cars and found ways to make those cars do things they shouldn't do within the rule book. And that's always really impressive to learn how they cheated. It's really really cool to find out some of the things that they did and try to take that cheat or take that thought process and apply it to today's technology, right? And see if it would even work again today. Or maybe find with today's technology a more ingenious way to accomplish the same idea. That to me is really cool.
Next question is from Crit. Is there any possible way that iRacing can model cars from the past decades to race?
Absolutely. Those cars exist. So iRacing can go scan those cars. The only thing is that they have to find out how they drive, right? So with today's technology, basically iRacing goes and scans a cup car. They go to Goodyear and get the tire data. They go to the racetrack and scan that, right? And then they can basically make a realistic simulation of how that car might feel or drive, right? With something in the past, it's a little harder because there's some missing pieces, components. Maybe the tire technology isn't available, the data, the information about the tire. That is so important because it connects the car to the road. Maybe the guys that drove those cars aren't around to be able to explain what they felt like, drove like, to be able to make the cars feel realistic or feel like they should feel. So it gets a little more difficult, but they've done it before, and they've already done that. On the road course side, they have historic cars, and there are a lot of people that are fans of them. So I don't see why they couldn't do that on the oval side, bring back some stock cars from different eras. And it would be a lot of fun. That's got to be coming down the pipe because there's only so much of today's content that's available. Eventually, every track's going to be out. Every car is going to be available. And they're going to have to go back into the history to find some cool things that people really appreciated and bring that back to life.
Next question is from Adam Zambati. What shows are you and Amy watching to get you through quarantine, aside from kid shows?
We watched that Tiger show, that crazy guy.
Yes.
What's
Crazy.
that called?
Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger King. Of course, we had to watch that. Everybody's talking about it. Mike, you seen that? Tiger King.
No, but I have heard nothing but awesome things, and I got to check it out.
It's awesomely awful.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anything like it and probably never will. That was great. We've kind of we were watching The Hunters, which is on Amazon Prime, and that's pretty good. It's about so it's kind of about World War II's Nazis, the Jews, and how it's like this idea that so there was a lot of the Germans from World War II, the scientists, the rocketry guys, and all that they brought over to the United States to help us sort of go to the moon and things like that, right? And create modern and crazy technology. So anyhow, do you guys wear that, right? Mike?
Sorry.
Okay.
Did you see his arm? Is that what you're laughing at?
Yeah, I just
Matthew coming into the shot.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, TJ.
I just realized when.
I even have my mic on mute. So I'm anyways, I just saw it and I got completely distracted.
Okay. Well, there's
in all fairness, I told him to do that because he's texting me.
Are you serious?
I said he's like, I don't have my pad and pen, and I'm like, just get it.
Can't reach it.
Oh my God. I've been hearing him talk.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah,
not muted?
chuckling and talking.
Oh,
yeah,
you haven't heard me. I'm
You're
muted.
He's
Yeah.
muted now.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I've watched a few things, and we're not watching a ton of TV, to be honest with you. Friends is on quite a bit. Friends is on every channel, it seems like. So we watch a lot of Friends. But that one show, The Hunters, is pretty interesting because not Robert De Niro, but the other guy. Al Pacino.
Oh.
Yeah.
I swear, I would have guessed Al Pacino when you said Robert De Niro, but I'm like, surely this isn't going to be so.
Well, they're kind of like so similar. In my mind, right? As far as their credentials and success and roles they play, but so I that show's really cool because I'll start over. So that show, Mike, in World War II, after the war was over with, they brought a bunch of Germans over here to help us create rockets and do cool, crazy stuff. They were scientists and all that, right? And Russia got a lot of those guys, and we got some of those guys, and now they're in today's. Well, it's actually in the 70s. This show, The Hunters, is where these Jews that survived all that they went through in World War II are going around and finding these guys and killing them. And
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's based in the 70s as far as what this show is which I'm really curious about the 70s, and one of my favorite decades. I was born in it, but don't remember anything about it, and love everything, that I see about it. And so the style and sort of what people, how this show is sort of shot is pretty interesting and creative. But so we watched that, heard it was good, watched it, and I don't know what's next. I don't know what we're going to get into. Maybe we'll watch a movie or something. There's a couple good movies out there that we need to see.
Next question coming from Brandon Lorick. With these iRaces, are teams able to sell space on their cars as they would in real life? Just curious about the economics of these races.
That's a great question. And I've been talking to Mike about that. We don't drive for an organization. We have a blank canvas basically to do whatever we want with this paint scheme. This past weekend in Texas, we decided to give a nod to Hellman's because they were, we're going to drive a Hellman's car at Homestead. It's not happening today. It's not happening when it was supposed to. So it was a great chance for us to show some support and love to a partner that's been with us for a very long time in Unilever and Hellman's. And so what we do with that space going forward is really up to us. Other teams may not have that same feeling or same approach. Some of those teams are going to ask, like, for example, I'm just assuming this stuff, but for Kyle Busch, he's probably going to have to drive the M&M's car. Now, what M&M's wants to do with that livery, change it, promote whatever they want, they're probably going to do and take advantage of that opportunity. But Kyle's not going to be able to go maybe and run whatever he wants. I don't know. Some of these guys are going to be kind of tied to the current organizations they drive for, current partners that are their sponsors. And we may do that as well, but we have a little more flexibility, which I liked. And it was great because I got to run the Filter Time car the first race. Big boost for Filter Time, a small company that I'm an owner in. So we can get creative with that space, and I'm excited about that.
All right, our last question is coming from a couple of special guests. It's actually in your GroupMe, Dale, so pull that up.
Great. Okay. In what GroupMe are we talking about?
In the Dirty Mo Media GroupMe.
Okay, I'm going there. I have a few. Okay. Got a video here from Matthew. Let me just play that.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? Brett Griffin here from Door Bumper Clear. Got my buddy Freddie in the house.
What's up? Freddie Kraft in the house.
Hey, Dale Jr., I got a question for you, man. I've always heard in real life that if you pay peanuts, you end up with a bunch of monkeys working for you.
I mean, what do you pay a guy to spot for you that doesn't even show up for the first 15 laps?
That's funny. Maybe you should tell. Yeah, maybe you should tell the story in full here. So, what happened?
Yeah, we'd started the race at Texas, the simulation on iRacing, and TJ was my spotter, and we're running along. Everything's going great. Crew chief's talking to me. I'm racing, driving, doing my thing. Everything's fine. And then TJ comes in like lap 15 and goes, "Oh, man, y'all started? I didn't know you started. Oh, man. Well," and I was like, "Oh, I thought TJ had been there the whole time. He just, was being quiet." But, yeah, y'all seem to really enjoy that. And I know that Brett and those guys are going to give him a hard time. So it looks like I'm getting ready to lose him to Logano, though, because Logano's coming back. Had to find me another spotter.
Your comment was what was hysterical.
What was my comment?
What you said? Welcome to the race, TJ.
Got you good. Welcome to the race, spotter.
Our spotter was late.
T-break.
He's here.
And then later, when you actually hit the wall or you done something, and then like 3 or 4 laps later, TJ goes, "Hey, well, what happened there? Did you
I know. He's like, I just looked away.
Are you watching the race, TJ?"
Yeah. Hey, I'm sitting there running. See, this, I know TJ, so none of this surprises me. But I'm running along, and I hit the wall, and I'm gathering my thoughts and trying to figure out how to fall into line and not get run over. And he comes back and goes, "What happened, man? You're running 34th. A minute ago, you were in 8th." I'm like, Where are you going? Are you getting up and walking away?
What happened? I looked down for a second, and I looked back up, and you're going off 4 through the grass. TJ, are you not watching the race?
Telling you, he's
He's going out in the yard. I don't know what he's doing. But
clear.
it's worse than that, Mike. I mean, it's even worse than that. He's walking over to
He's
the
going
bookcase behind you and checking out what's over the bookcase. And
He's babysitting.
yeah,
That's right.
That's what he says.
so frustrating.
All right, guys, that's it for today.
Thank you, Xfinity, for sponsoring the Ask Junior segment. It's good to have you on board.